Last week, we showed you all the work we got up to in the boatyard for our first 8 weeks back in Rhode Island. But I guess it wasn't all work. Between slaving away in the boat, practically camping out at West Marine, what seemed like thousands of visits to Lowe's, and at least 1 million trips up and down the ladder of the boat, we still managed to have some fun. This week we share with you the new friends we made on the streets of East Greenwich, John's first taste of the candy that he always saw in American movies as a kid, our trip to one of the most special places in all of Rhode Island, and our newly found New England sports addiction, as we tuned in not only to all of the Patriots games, but also cheered the Red Sox through their World Series win, and much more, before it was time to wrap up the work, say our goodbyes, throw the dock lines, and begin our adventure. The weather in Rhode Island was turning colder as fall was clearly trying to change to winter. The water on the docks was freezing, and worse yet, our fashionable work style was deteriorating rapidly as we tried to keep up with the cold. All signs were pointing to the fact that we needed to wrap up all the small last-minute jobs so that we could leave and head south to warmer climates. The first of the final projects was the Bimini. With one failed attempt to make our own using a second-hand aluminum frame, we soon realized it needed to be much stronger and more customized to support our solar panels than we had time to do ourselves. So we bit the bullet and paid the experts to do it while we finished our other projects, not only impacting our budget, but also making it the one job that ruined our claim of doing everything ourselves. While that was being worked on, we changed our old compressed natural gas tanks, lines, oven, and stove over to propane. We swapped out the jets that deliver the gas with a specific size for the stovetop and tested it to make sure that it worked. For the oven, we needed a different type and size of jet, as well as replacing the pilot light inside the oven. We ran new lines to our recently purchased fiberglass tanks outside and installed a safety solenoid and switch so that we could turn our gas on and off for cooking while inside the boat. Next, we put our sails back up. First the jib and then the main. They had both been newly reinforced with some stitching so that hopefully they would last for a year or two more, and we also had a new set of reefing points sewn in so that we could reduce sail to deal with any heavy weather that we would encounter. We raised our U.S. courtesy flag as we were officially a foreign vessel in a U.S. port, and we prepared to take the boat out of the marina for the first time since we arrived back in Rhode Island. We were not only checking that we were happy with the new used propeller that we installed, but also we were running our new reefing lines and checking that the way they were set up was all right. Finally, the cleaning began, a job that needed to be done next so that we could get into every nook and cranny, as this would be one of the last times that the boat was empty enough to get in all those small little spaces. A task that we thought would take 1 day, but actually took more like 3 days to complete thoroughly. Once it was all clean, we could move in and provision. Provisioning is normally pretty simple. You grocery shop in bulk and return to the boat to stow everything. For canned goods, you remove the paper labels so that loose or damp paper cannot get into the bilge and clog the pumps. And, now that it's labelless, you write the name on the can so that you know what it is later on. This is a job that is simple for most people, but John always likes to keep things interesting. And John shotgunned using the marker to do the name. Give me the marker! Give me the marker!
No.
Give me the marker.
Please.
Please give me the marker.
No.
And now, all of our cans say things like fake cow Italian squares and cat food. And little slice of sunshine. I don't even know what that is. Sugar milk. Babe and beans. See if you can guess that one. Diced sun drops. Guess. God. See if you can work out what fire fart drops. This one is John McGlashan's nickname from Alice in Funderwood. John McGlashan, if you can please write in to tell me what is in this can. that would be appreciated.
I'm not even sure if it was Alison Fodder whether he got this one.
Irish crack soup.
What?
Baked beans, and then you got to pour them out. Not! Ah! It's too late!
So we're probably gonna have some weird recipes later on. Between all these jobs, we had numerous evenings to have dinner with our surrogate family, and we even found time to take a drive in the Jeep out to their cabin for a visit to the local winery, some kayaking, fun with new friends, and my favorite new hobby, clamming. Not only did we get to try the amazing clams that we dug, boiled in water and dipped in butter, but also we got John to indulge in dessert. Is it good?
It's not as sweet as I thought.
Really?
Try it. Is that normal Twizzler?
Oh, yep. Yeah, that's it. John's just learned you can use the Twizzler as a straw, and he's never had Twizzlers, but always seen them on American TV and movies. Did it flavor your water? What? You gotta soak it a little. You gotta use it as a straw for the whole cup.
And what? When do you get the flavour?
After you're done your cup of water. Or you can just eat them. Is it a dream come true?
No.
No?
They say you should never meet your idols.
And you wish you never would have tried Twizzlers, but continued to dream about them?
The dream is better than the Twizzler.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's kind of good, but it's not like
Change your life.
life changing.
Hmm.
Maybe I'll find something to do with them. It's more fun. Who knows?
You could practice your bow lines and tie them together into a giant string.
Yeah.
You could put pencils in them and use it as the covering for your stylish pencil.
And then you could like, ooh.
Yeah, then when you're thinking hard, you chew on your pencil, but you're actually chewing Twizzler. There's ideas. Say
Use it as a whip
for animals?
for lions.
Do you have a lion?
I mean, I could get a lion.
I think the Twizzlers cost enough.
Yeah. We don't have money for a lion. If anyone has a lion, I want to
Donate.
donate so I can whip it with my Twizzler.
It could have the quarter birth, and we'll be in the V birth. It's a good idea.
This
Okay.
water's good.
Say see ya.
See ya.
We squeezed in time for the New England Patriots games and the Red Sox World Series win with the neighbors, and we made sure to find time for rehearsal for our friend Ellen's musical debut at our goodbye party. John found small ways to entertain himself between jobs during the day. Again! And we'd take breaks during the day to cause trouble for the boys in the office.
We can steal some rags. John, if you're watching our blog, we took rags today, Friday.
Holiday.
The first day you're on holiday.
And when not busy pretending to steal, I found time to do some very important research.
So Kelly and I have very different ideas of how to do research for things on the boat. I go online and look at reputable sources, and I'll show you how Kelly does her research. This is Kelly doing her research. What are you looking at?
Other videos?
Good one, mate.
We also spent time with one of our favorite Rhode Island families, both relaxing around the campfire and singing tunes and messing around inside as well.
Max, your heifer lump.
You started.
Neil has started with his left hand, so you all have to start with your left hand.
Okay. One's very strict on the rules.
This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Do you feel lighter, Max?
Robin, can you get up?
I feel nervous.
This is the quickest weight loss in the world.
Get up, guys. So ready?
It certainly is.
Try it again. Just like that.
Fingers in. Here we go. Positive thoughts. 3, 2, 1. Lift.
What is that?
Explain that.
And then came time for the goodbye party. An amazing celebration put on by our surrogate mother Cindy, filled with boat tours, appearances by almost all of the friends that we met in Rhode Island, and almost as many musical performances. And last, but certainly not least, the blessings. First, a wonderful blessing from the local pastor.
Amen. Amen.
Thank you, Todd.
Thank you, Todd.
And finally, a ceremony for Neptune, King of the Sea.
Collection, this worthy vessel, hereafter and for all time, known as 106, guarding her with your mighty arm and trident, and ensuring her safe and rapid passage through her journeys within your realm. In appreciation of your munificence, dispensation, and in honor of your greatness, we offer these libations to your majesty and your court.
Well, I feel like this is a great time that we can say a couple of words. Kelly, take it away.
I guess just thank you everybody for coming. We can't believe how many people there are out there. And I'm going to put this down so I don't gesture Siri's phone into the ocean. And yeah, I think the biggest thing is the common link between most of us would be Cindy and Bruce. And we just can't say thank you enough to everything. I mean, 3 weeks last year was a big chunk of time you spent with us, and then you signed up for somehow 10 weeks this year. And we couldn't have done it. We couldn't have done it budget, we couldn't have done it morale, we couldn't have done it just in any way. Yeah. Tools, Bruce's collection of tools was amazing. Just absolutely everything you can think of. And then the people they connected us to that will know all of you, I'm sure, for many years, and message us anytime, ask us how we're going. Like, we're just so happy to have found this little community, and yeah, we take visitors, so.
Yeah, I definitely feel like our family has grown by a lot. Bob, thank you so much for all of the knowledge, especially that you've given us. The boys here at Brewers, which is represented by Tom over there.
Thank you, Tom.
Have been an incredible help for us to getting the boat together, especially Eric and John as well, putting up with us, and our gags that we play on them all the time, and the crew down at Dock 6 that we wished that we were a part of, but unfortunately didn't make it. We got stuck at Dock 4.
Kept trying to get in the club.
Bruce and Cindy, words don't describe how much we love you guys. Woo. And how sad we are to leave. Yeah, you really are family.
Bon voyage.
Anyway.
Cindy.
Okay, so we want to move in with the Bileys for 10 weeks, okay? We want to move in with them.
We're moving in.
Now the goodbyes had been said and the gods of the sea praised, we were ready to depart. We let our dock lines go in Rhode Island for the last time and headed out of the harbor. Stay tuned for our next video where we test our sails and vessel in the New England winter weather and get our first taste of life aboard, launching the dinghy for the first time to start exploring.